As a reminder, once I solve for x and I check, these two values have to be positive. So in this situation, I'm going to condense. I'm going to start by taking this 1/2 and I'm going to bring it over to the portion. So when I expanded this, any exponent goes out front. I'm also going to turn subtraction into division. So I have log base 2. On top, I have x plus 11. And then when I put a 1/2 up top, that's the same thing as the square root. In the denominator, I have x minus 3. It's equal to 1. Just like problem number 1, I'm going to write this right now in exponential form. The base is 2 raised to a power of 1 equals this quantity. I know 2 to the first power is 2. And let's talk really quickly. If you're looking for the packet. What can x not be? We'd be in trouble. If x equals this number in the denominator, we'd be in trouble. What would it be? Positive 3. So just keep that in mind. We also know that the lowest value we can have inside here and still get a real answer would be negative 11, because negative 11 would give us an answer of 0. Okay, so keep those thoughts in mind. So let's cross multiply here and let's see what we can do. I'm going to take this quantity, so 2 times x minus 3 times 1 times the square root of x plus 11. And we have a couple different ways that we could do this. I think right away I'm going to choose to square both sides. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm doing that because I want to get rid of that square root. Now, when I square both sides, you are writing this down in your packet underneath number 5. We've already done number 1 and number 2 as a class. When you are writing this down underneath, I'm going to square the 2. 2 squared is 4. I'm going to square the quantity x minus 3. When I square it, it means we're going to write it twice. So x minus 3 times x minus 3. I'll come back to the left-hand side in a little bit later. When I square 1, I'm still left with 1. And when I square the square root of x plus 11, these are going to simplify to 1, and I'm left with x plus 11. And that was the whole reason I squared, so I get rid of the square roots. Okay, when I distribute the 1, I get 1x plus 11. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to FOIL this out 4 times. Now, when I FOIL, I'm doing front, inside, outside, and last. And I'm going to combine like terms in the middle. And then I'm going to distribute and move everything to the side that has the x squared. So 4x squared minus 24x plus 36. Bless you. Moving 1x over, moving 11 over. And now I have the quadratic equation 4x squared minus 25x plus 25 equals 0. Let's see if we can factor. 4 times positive 25 is positive 100. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to equal positive 100 and combine to equal negative 25. So they're going to be, let's see here, they're going to be the same sign. Is that correct? Let's see, negative 5 and negative 20. Does that work? Multiply and combine. Okay, now keep in mind, I'm going to do the shortcut. You can do the AC plus B if that's how you like to factor. Here's my shortcut. Whenever the leading coefficient is anything other than positive 1, I'm going to first start by writing down those numbers that we chose, and then that number, the leading coefficient, whenever it's different than 1, is going to pop underneath. My whole goal is to solve. So let's first see, can I reduce these fractions? Only one of the two I can reduce. And so I would set each one of these equal to 0 and I'd solve. And when in doing so, I get one answer of 5/4 and another answer of positive 5. I did all the math right. I feel really confident, but that does not mean that both of these are solutions. In fact, maybe neither of them will be. Let's check. So I'm going to take, let's start with the 5 because it's easier to do mental math. 5 subtract 3, it's a positive number. 5 plus 11, it's a positive number. I feel confident, please don't talk when I'm talking. I feel confident that x equals 5 is one of the answers. Let's try working with 5/4. Now 5/4 I know is 1.25. You may not know that, but let's start back here. So I have 5/4 minus 3. I get a negative number as we spoke with at the very beginning of class. These two values can never be negative once you plug in your solutions. That means this is considered an extraneous solution. I only have one answer of x equals 5.